What is Nagrom doing? Oh my god. Alright, we're about to go officially. Let me just announce it, and then here we go. Right, let me just check all the settings. We're ready to get things rolling. Welcome in, everyone. This is going to be the Bahrain Grand Prix for Division 3. And the interesting thing about Bahrain, yeah, is it's a two-stopper. The races in other leagues and in Grand Prix mode, it's apparently a two-stop race and the only two-stop race of the season. So this is going to be intriguing to see how the drivers are going to approach their strategy today. Penalty soon between Germany and Spain. After that, I'll fill the chat. Hello, Hessam. I'm aware the Euros is going on in the background, but I'm here for motorsport, and we're here for HDR for the start of Bahrain. Last week in Qatar, as a recap, Angie won the race, and then he went on to D2 and also won that race. Is he going to continue his domination coming into Bahrain? We're about to find out. It's going to be very, very difficult because the grid for D3 standards is pretty good. There's a couple guys I'd back here to cook in Bahrain, maybe take a win. Like Hessam did pretty well last time, if you ignore his track limits, whatever you call that, 25 seconds of track limits pens. Lehman got a podium, so he could be in for a shout of another podium. Roy de Boy was very quick. He was in a contest for the win for most of the race. You wish you were able to race in D3. Bro, stop. It had to be done, mate. Until you pull through a race without the pens, it had to be done. Oh, it's daytime. Or it's not. It's like evening time. Cloudy. Right, let's see who goes out first. It is short quali, so it is just the one quali session for 13 drivers on the grid. Dodger to Nagrom, Angie, Duck, Roy de Boy. Roy de Boy going out first of all the drivers. First one out is the Williams. And Williams have possibly got the strongest lineup. Phoenix is a newcomer. He's just joined as well. He's a former esports driver, but apparently he's super slow in this game, so let's see where everyone filters in. Checks in from D2, reserving in D3. I think he's slow enough, so he's being given the exemption. Normally it wouldn't be allowed, but he does have the diamond seal of approval. So he will be reserving in D3 today for Aston Martin. Now, both Mercedes racing is a lovely sight. 0 Ferraris on the grid still with Charles Henry able to race again. Roider Boy just focusing on tyre warm-up at the moment. Let's go check who else is out on track. Dodger in the McLaren ahead of Phoenix in the Haas. In fact, Phoenix has put himself into second in the queue of cars. Nope, third, because the front of the pack is Roider Boy. Lucky Lemon still in the pits. Sam on his outlap. Let's watch the first car that will start a lap, and it will be Roider Boy. I'm getting ads on my own bloody channel. That's an absolute joke. Twitch has gone greedy there. The money's just gonna go back to myself anyway, so with Twitch tax, of course. Roider Boy out of the final corner to start his first flying lap of the evening. Zephyr asking Hessam how many track limits pens are you gonna get? That's top tier banter right from word go. Overtake enabled into the first corner, heavy braking zone instead of Qatar's high speed corners. And into second gear, lovely apex, decent out of the exit. And now up the hill, it's a decent run towards turn 4. This is not bad going for him. And it's a solid banker time, which is all he needs for now, because he'll have time for about 3 runs in this session. It's not too long a lap, so you won't be restricted like you would be at Spa. And it's a 28.4 for the first sector. And the next car we'll see as a reference point will be the McLaren of Dodger. So we'll just go on board with him at the end of the sector to see what the reference is. So Dodger is 29.1, that is significantly slower. Fred 28.8, so he's pretty slow as well. Oopsie, 28.6. So it does look like Roider Boy is setting the pace at the moment. The Aston Martin affects him. We did not see his first sector split, but from purple it does look decent. And Oliver, we missed his split too. Hassan missed his split, so who do we want to look at? Nagron, 28.5. Nagron is on a decent lap at the moment, and Roider Boy will be coming out of the final corner, and he's very, very wide on the exit. He's ran out of battery, so he's going to have a horrible run to the line, and he'll be giving a lovely slipstream to the Sauber on his way there. Crosses the line, 28.4, and Dodger will be the next one, and Lehman has got an absolutely perfect slipstream into that first corner. Dodger's really slow. He's not going to get a very good time on the board, so let's ride on board with Phoenix instead. He's pretty slow too. In fact, Trixie behind him has caught up with him throughout his lap, so Phoenix goes to P2 and Trixie goes slightly slower. Fexen, he looks like he could be there for pole. Is he going to be there? He's on the front row, so not bad going for him. Oliver will be the next to cross the line. He's ran out of battery. That's not good going from him. And goes P4. Nagrom is looking good. Can he challenge for the front? So far, no. Nowhere near, actually. Angie's going through, and he hasn't finished his lap yet, but Hessam is about to finish his lap. He's going 2 tenths quicker than Nagrom, and where does he go? Pole position for Hessam at the moment. Good stuff from him. And Angie will be the next challenger. 106.4, that is around Hessam's time, so we're going to have another shot at stealing pole from him. Yes, we do. We take it by 1/10 of a second exactly ahead of Hessam. And Double JJ now starting his lap, and Lemon also ending his lap, actually, having got the perfect slipstream. Let's see where that puts him for the end of the lap. Across the line we go with Lemon, running out of battery, and goes across the line P6. So even with the slipstream, he couldn't do enough to really light up the sector times. That's really unimpressive from him. And there's a crowd of cars up ahead for Lucky Lemon to find his way through. Lucky Lemon going nicely through turn 12 now, all completely flat out. You can ride that curve very easily on this game, and he's a bit slow after 2 sectors. It's 4/10 off what Hessam was doing, so he'll be at best in the fight with Nagrom for P7. And there's cars everywhere you look on this racetrack, and Lucky Lemon out of the final corner. He'll be the next car to cross the line. And what position does he score? P6 ahead of Nagrom, actually, so he had a good final sector. And 107.4 is pretty slow from Double JJ, and this is his debut, and it's not looking like a very quick debut for the moment. Let's see how he performs into the final corner. and across the line. He's ran out of battery, and that will hurt him on his way to the line. How has he run out of battery with 30% left? And he spun it as well. He's just... okay, okay. That was unnecessary. That was wholly unnecessary. That was wholly unnecessary. Bro, what's the point? Okay. Okay. You do you, kid. You just knew that was gonna happen. You just knew that was gonna happen. Wow. I don't even know what to say. Phoenix is 3/10 up on his lap, but his previous lap was hot garbage, so he needs a lot more time there. Pretty horrible from him at the moment. He'll maybe jump up ahead of Oliver, but he ain't touching Nagron at the moment with this lap so far. Now the final corner, former esports turned HDR D3 driver across the line, and he jumps ahead of Oliver, but he's still well off the fruition of anything. Nope, he's still lost, and Dark HD will be the next one to cross. Oh, frick. Let's see if there's anyone to watch. Who do you want to watch? Dodger or Phoenix? They're both just chilling at the moment. Not much going on. Spain won 2-1. Okay. Ice Cream as our match reporter. Nice to hear, I guess. The hosts out of the Euros, that won't be good for the nation of Germany. Watch McLaren, he's not even on a lap. They're all going back into the pits. There's not a single car on a lap at the moment. Oliver started a lap, and he's used up a huge amount of battery before the first corner, and he's going to be on the edge for the rest of the lap. Oh, it's very, very Tokyo drifty out of the first two corners, and he has half a second to find on Phoenix to even gain one position. So already it's not looking good for the Alpine of Oliver. And now... oh, he's almost lost it, and he's backed out of the lap. So a lap wasted for Oliver. Now there's no more cars on the lap again, so we're back to the same situation. Ice Cream, is the stream lagging at all? It's lagging on my phone, but I can't see your screen, so can you tell me about the stream situation? I'm trying to stream in 1080p, so no lag? Okay. Good, thank you. Okay, thank you for the info. It's just my phone then. Hessam is the next car on a lap, and that's very nice exit from Hessam. And he's marginally down on his best time, but he can challenge Angie for pole position here today in Bahrain. He was already close to it in Qatar. Can he get even closer in Bahrain? And he's using the track pretty effectively to gain as much time as possible. On the entry to 10, you can hear a little lock-up of the tyres in the background. And Hessam has a lot of battery for the rest of the lap, as Seth has pointed out. And now going through turn 11, it's a decent swing into the corner. And now it's flat out through turn 12, using all the track on the entry. I'm not sure he needs to do that. It's flat out anyway, so you just want to save distance. And Hessam is absolutely flying at the moment, almost 2/10 up on his time. And this could be the lap that challenges for pole position. Hessam has one corner left on the racetrack to try take pole position away from Angie. A decent exit on the curb, but he's going to run out of battery before the lap ends, and that's not going to do well for him. But across the line, Hessam is up to pole position, and that is a very good time from Hessam. But Angie's going even faster. He's 4 and a bit tenths up on this time. Hessam's pole lap is going to get absolutely demolished here if Hessam keeps this up. If Angie keeps this up, I should say. And Angie takes pole back from Hessam. It's not as much of a demolition as I thought it would be. He lost a lot of time in the final sector. But he takes pole position straight back from the Mercedes after losing it for about 20 seconds. Trixie up to the line as the next car to cross it. Red Bull up into P3. Nice work from Trixie. And who's the TP? Vabo. He'll be happy with that. Lucky Lemon hits the curb pretty poorly. And his next target is 3/10 up the road. So it's a lot of time he needs to find across the rest of the lap. And he's invalidated anyway. So bit of a waste. Roy the boy, next car. Roy the boy, return 4 exit. He's not used up much battery at all. Looks like he's saving it for the last lap. Boy, he turned 10 and it's decent from him so far. Going through turn 11, that's a much better track use, but he's really stuttered on the exit and the entry turns into a pretty poor exit from him. And let's see what the time split is. He's still 2 and a bit tenths up, so that could be enough to challenge Hessam. Trixie is an easy bet to beat the P3, but can he get his Williams onto the front row and maybe even make it a Williams 1-2. Roy the boy out of the final corner. It was a smooth transfer for Big Melt to get him into the team, and now he's really showing his skills. Oh my god, what a sector 3! He takes pole position ahead of Angie. With those sector times in 1 and 2, he's found a huge amount of time in sector 3 to do that, but there's caveats to everything, and he's not going to get a final run. This is his final lap. So Roy the boy has pole for the moment, but the entire field will have time to switch tyres except for him. Especially at that pace, he'll have to probably cut some corners and do something illegal if he wants to even have a sniff at starting a final hot lap. He's chosen to do his final run very, very early, and let me tell you, the track evolution is gonna hurt him. Everyone's in the pits at the moment. He can make it, right? He could. It's going to be super tight. I think the earliest he can leave the pits is about 2:20. He really has to pick up the pace. And I'm not even sure if he has new tyres on tracks to watch. Ooh, HDR Bram. Ooh, sexy. I like that. That is very, very nice of you, Bram. Ooh, that's what more Twitch profiles should be. Let's see. He comes into the pit lane, and nah, he's not going to make it. He's not going to make it, because he's going to need about 50 seconds from here. Other account. Oh, you got more than one Twitch account. I see. Nah. Well, we'll see. So, he gets hauled into his box now, and I actually want to see what happens here with Roy the boy. Okay, actually you were right. I think he's been fully in his garage now, so he should be fine. So, it'll be tight. I said he'd leave about 2:20, so let's see if he makes good on that. There will always be an option to cut the corners. I hope that's not D2 advice for tomorrow. There's Nagrom in his V-carb. He's the first car to start his final flying lap, using as much battery as he can, but just before the line. Nagrom now starts his lap with a huge opportunity ahead of him to jump up a couple places easily if he just gets a clean final lap in. And so far, oh, it's pretty horrible at turn 1, and he's lost a lot of time from that. And looks like he might be routed to P8, and let's see how the rest of the lap goes for him. Nagrom into turn 4, not using any of that curb. He's taking it very, very conservatively. This is meant to be a final push lap, and he's treating it like some sort of banker lap at the moment, but he's still up on his time. Nagrom really needs to start driving the wheels off this thing if he wants to gain a bit more time than that. This is frankly not what he needs at the moment. He needs to push way, way harder than this if he wants any chance of jumping up the order. Nagrom through turn 10. Very, very slidey on the entry. It's almost like he's drifting it into the corner. Angie starts his final lap, so I'm going to go hop over to Angie because he's a pole position threat. And Angie using up a huge amount of battery in the first sector of the lap this time. Yeah, I think he did it the other way around last time where he saved it for sector 3. But this time, Angie using up most of his battery in sector 1. And Nagrom is going to cross the line soon. He's up on his time by a 10th and a half. And Royderboy, he might get his final lap in, you know. So Nagrom is going to cross the line. He's 2 and a bit tenths off. Does he jump ahead of Fexin? Oh, he had a great rest of the lap and he goes up to P4. That's a much, much better time than he had in Qatar, where he qualified last and finished last, thanks to his sister shutting his Xbox off. There's an Aston Martin of Fexin. They're all queuing up trying to start their laps in the final sector. Are they even going to start it in time? Let's see. I can't see how much time is left because of that yellow flag indicator, but alright, they're all going to make it. And Angie, very slightly up on his time. He's 2 tenths up. This will be enough. But Royderboy had a mighty final sector, and he has gotten his final lap started. So Angie across the line. He's driving the wheels off at the final corner. He's not going to improve. Angie's into the box, and Angie gives up. So he's not taking pole position. He would have been a big chunk up, though. I don't get it. I think he would have had it, but Angie was watching the Delta, so he's made that decision. Trixie is not improving. Can he find even a slimmer of time to jump ahead of Nagrom? Trixie out of the final corner. He needs to find something to get onto the front row. He does! P4 onto the second row, actually. Not the front row, but the second row is a good place to be still. Lehman across the line, P6. It's solidly in the midfield once again. And Phoenix is not improving, he has to back out. But the Mercedes of Hessam is absolutely flying at the moment, and this could be a chance for pole. And does he do it? Yes, he does. Hessam's up to pole, and Royderboy's backed out. So that's going to be Hessam on pole for the moment, unless anyone can challenge him. And looks like the last man challenging is Fexin, and Lucky Lemon's crossed the line. So it's just Fexin left. Royderboy's backed out of it, and can Fexin find a huge amount of time in the final sector? Dark HD with only 1 run goes up to P7, and Fexin it invalidates, and Hessam will be your pole man for today's race. Royderboy couldn't find any more time after his impressive second run, and Hessam is on pole position for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Great stuff from Hessam. You fucked up your entry on the hot lap. Yes, Hessam. Well done. It's a Mercedes sandwich for the entire field. But, as Sefa says, don't celebrate yet. You've got the whole race to deal with now. Alright, that is Hessam, pole position in the Mercedes. And Hessam with a 27.8 takes pole position, 1.4 seconds ahead of the slowest car, Oliver. And Royderboy on the front row. Then Angie, Trixie, Nagrom, Lehman, Dark HD, and Fexin really washed. Lucky Lemon, Dodger, Phoenix, Oliver, Double JJ is your entire field here. And I bet K5M5 is going to do the results before I can even enter them, because it's K5. This is just what he does. This is K5 heritage. Right, nobody ready up? Ugh. I'm chilling. Commentator curse Hassam. Would I get pole in D3? Nah, I'd qualify last actually. They're way too good for me. Hassam double curse. Alright, so Hassam is gonna get the not the strongest start, but the double strongest start, and he's going to not even being pressured by Trixie and Angie into the first turn, but Boy's gonna go aggressive, and Hassam on the mediums just about stays ahead and gets that place, keeps it on pole, but Boy on the soft tyres now takes the lead, and then Nagrom's up to P3. It's very, very good for the moment. Oh. Is the stream okay now? Oh my god. Why does this happen? Okay, it's kinda buffering, keeps lagging. The connection I'm on, that should be wired. Wait, if I do that, I'm getting disconnected. Well, I'll have to figure